The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the March 23rd, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. We do not make that one little 2x4 shift. Well, it means we can find a gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in at 877-927-6648. And if you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, let those fingers do the walking. That means go ahead and send me an email. Send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject, and if you'd be kind enough to put radio show question, and please send it early just so the internet service providers can make sure we get that and I can address that during the show. That would be great. Of course, if you're in the Tiger's Den, we'll take any ping. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, I've got all the U.S. indices trading to the downside. Leader, percentage-wise, is the transports, off 1 1/10%, followed by the Russell 2000, 8/10, followed by the semis, 7/10, followed by the S&P about, the Dow is down 1%, the S&P down 6%. You've got gold trading up 15.70, 19.37.20 is the print. Silver's trading up 28 cents, 25.19 is where it's printing. You've got the light sweet crude up $5, nearly 5%, $114 there. Natural gas is up 4 pennies, $5.27 is the print there. And the 30-year Treasury up 140 is trading at 149.17. It's up 1 point and 4 ticks. Dollar-wise leading the charge. Individual stock-wise, you've got Mercado Libre up $18, 1.5%. Tesla 17, 1 7/10%. GameStop 17. Palo Alto Networks 13 or 2%. Solar Edge up 4%, about $12. To the downside, Adobe's leading the charge, 9% and $43. Booking Holdings 39%, $39. That's really 1.8%. Chipotle 27, less than 2%. Google's off 26, about 1%. Signature Bank down 7% or $22. So we've got plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. Let's do this here since we didn't do that during the 1 o'clock session. We'll start with just the overview, and then we'll start going granular. So as we take a look at our overview, our 9-panel market update charts, we begin by taking a look at the ES Mini in the upper left-hand side. What we can see here is that price still remains above the top of its daily profile. It's testing the top of its weekly profile level, which is 44.80. You're trading at 44.76. Your price closes above 44.80. That could be a signal that we see a move back to its recent highs. The recent highs I'm referring to are the ones from back in the trading session of February 9th. And that would be up in the 45.76 zone. Spot volatility below its 50-day exponential moving average. That is bullish for the S&P or the ES Mini. Yesterday was the bar following bar number 9. Let me just make sure of that. I'm going to do that quickly. I can do that this way. So I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I give you the correct information out here. And I believe that is the case. And I take that back. Today is the bar following bar number 9. So there can be a lower closing low today below yesterday's low and still have a TD9 count bottom that is in place out there. So it's really something to pay attention to. The last two have worked, one at a low, one at a high. So it's the third time the charm out here. And if it is, then that says that the spot volatility should move up to its 50-day at a minimum, and that would be at the 2650 level. Might be worth entertaining one of those, UVXY trades or something along those lines. But in any event, if we take a look at the NQ, The NQ, narrow trading range today, trading into profile resistance levels, whether it's daily or weekly. So it's got a lot of chop to get through. The U.S. dollar index still consolidating with inside its daily profile, but certainly finding resistance at a descending trend line. Gold just trading in really a narrow range. It's between 1920.60 and 1938.20. 1938.20 is the key level. That's the center of its bullish structured daily profile. If we did get a close above that, we're trading 1939.60. A buck isn't really going to float our skirts. But if we did get a nice close above the 1938.20 level, that would then signal we could see a move back to 1989 or maybe 2026. Silver has held the rising trend line, has held the bottom of its profile. Light sweet crude is trading above the top of its daily profile, so that says that it wants to move to higher ground. Natural gas is trading above 519. 519 was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, so close above 519 today says this wants to move higher. However, a TD9 count top is likely to form between today and Friday out there, so be careful there. And we did get a TD9 count bottom in the 30-year Treasury, and that is moving higher, so that pattern is working. Where's price likely headed to? I'd have to say the 153.06 would be the end of its counter trend rally, or should be the end of its counter trend rally if that's all that this is. So the range to the upside for the 30-year Treasury would be 151.16 to 153.06. So now let's go granular out here. And by granular, we're going to go take a look at, well, let's get the chart set up here. And let's begin by taking a look at the ESP. We'll go through each of the equity future contracts, unless we get a caller out here, because we have call ahead seating, so we would certainly change over to that. But momentarily displayed on your screen is going to be the ES Mini, our 8-panel chart, so it takes us back to the monthly time frame. Now, what are we looking at here? So there's every possibility. So with the spot volatility getting to that TD9 count, is every possibility that the counter trend rally in the S&P is over. On a weekly basis, price was able to get up and test and so far reject its oscillator and change line, 45.08. You would expect price to close below that level on a weekly basis if this is just a counter trend move. On a daily time frame, price got up and tested and rejected its TD9 count breakdown level, 45.14. Now, there's no topping pattern. What I mean by that is there's no A to B equals CD pattern that's completed on the ES Mini for its daily time frame or the weekly time frame to the upside. There's no TD9 counts. There's no Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. There's no wave number 7. But a top can form when price gets up to resistance. And that is exactly what the charts for the ES Mini are communicating for you and I for its weekly and its daily time frame. For the 30-minute chart out here, what does Stevie have? Not much. So not much of a pattern there. As we talked about at the beginning of the 1 o'clock update, it was really the 60-minute time frame chart that generated the bottom signal. So what's important about that is, since we know that this is kind of the rhythm of the market, a 60-minute time frame chart, you really want to watch today's low, because if the ES Mini closes below 44.65.25, that's going to signal move back to its breakout level, 44.40.75. You'll see the breakout level in the ES for the 60 minutes, 44.40. For the 120, it's 44.440. For the 30-minute time frame chart, it is 44.40. 44.40, 444, with a 0 on the end, is really a key level of support. If we see the ES Mini close below that, that would be a signal. Well, first, it'd be a signal of a further move lower. It could be the signal of that the counter trend rally is over and that the markets are getting ready to head lower. That's only take a look at the ES Mini. We get back to this break. We'll go take a look at the other three, unless there's a caller on the line, which we'll go right to them. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our first caller. It is John in Philly. John, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing excellent, Steve. Steve, I'm calling in today about natural gas futures.
Yes.
Parenthetically, yesterday I spoke to Tom O'Brien on his show, and he was very helpful to me on oil. So we're talking energies this week. Steve, I'm hopeful your work can help me on trading the front month now. That's the May nat gas futures contract. The spot contract peaked last October ahead of winter, up at 650, fell down into January at 350, and has now been working back higher. Of course, with all the disruptions in Europe having a big impact, but I am wondering if your stitched together charts with the tools that you have can shed some light as to where you see resistance on this rally coming here. You know, we're up near like 530 on the May, and that's contract high, but that's deceptive, of course, since we want to keep in mind spot got up to 650 last fall.
Yeah. So the answer to your question would be $5.19, 5.199 to be exact. Just
okay.
Well,
okay.
Well, and where that comes from, John, is the weekly time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, and that formed the week that began March 7th. And the high of that session is $5.19. If price closes above that, that pattern will get negated, and that would suggest that then price would move higher. Now, you asked about, and I just have the May contract up on my screen, and price is above all profile levels. So whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, or quarterly profiles, price is above those. So I can't come up with a resistance level from a profile standpoint. My other charts, my white background charts, I must have too many things open, and it's somewhat frozen here. And so what I want to do is, let me see if I can do this. I believe, John, that on the daily time frame, today is bar 8 or bar number 9 of a TD9 count. I think that it's bar 8, but I don't like to just think that it is. I want to go ahead and open up the morning newsletter out here. So if you give me a moment just to do that, then I should at least be able to find that chart and then be able to give you that information. So just bear with me for a moment. Any questions about the 519 level?
Let me just mention, as you're working that angle, I will tell you this. The spot contract, as I say, 650 down to 350, October down into January. Here we're rising back up. We're close to 530. Of interest on that nearest futures chart, 533 is the Fib 618. So we're coming right into Fib resistance, which always, gets my antenna up, and then watch things closely. So I just share that with you for what it's worth.
Perfect. So I've got the, I think we can see it. Can we see it? Yeah, good. Okay. So let me just expand this up a bit. View this maybe at 200% level. If we can do this, zoom. Now we get to see just how there we go. So now we've got the natural gas contract. These are the charts that newsletter subscribers get each morning. And yeah, so today is going to become bar number 8 of a TD9 count. Price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. So there's really two potential topping patterns that are out there. The TD9 count says that today's high, tomorrow's high, or Friday's high could be the high of the pattern out there. So again, it needs today's a higher high above bar number 7, and as long as price closes above bar number 5 tomorrow, it will have, in effect, a TD9 count top. Because it's got that Rhodes momentum indicator signal as well, I'd almost prefer to see a bearish reversal candle to confirm that top as well. But remember, I did say that price is above the top of its daily profile, and it's above its green oscillator and change line. And what that means, John, is that even if we get a confirmed topping pattern, as long as price remains above those two levels, which is about $5.03, then the signal would be neutral versus just a clear bearish signal. Does that make sense?
It does. Yes, thank you.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So that is, in essence, all that I see at the moment. I don't know why those other charts won't populate for me. And it looks like price might be trading around 526. Yeah, it is. So I can switch over to those charts here real quickly. You'll see 6 of the 8 charts that have populated, and the one that hasn't, or the 2 that haven't, are the 240 in the daily time frame. But if we look at, so when an instrument's making a top, we like to look at those intraday charts to see if there's some kind of signals out there of a top as well. And the 30-minute has a TD9 count top, but price hasn't broken support. John, I would say if price were to close below $5.23, we'd see a move to 517. If price closed below 517, it would be our first signal of potential change in trend. The 60-minute time frame chart has a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator top, but it's trading above its profile level, or trading with inside the profiles. I take that back. The level it would have to close below would be $5.15 to suggest there's some kind of problem. The 5-hour chart has wave number 7. I've got it as a potential wave number 7 and a TD9 count pattern out here, and this would suggest that price should pull back to 517. So everything is suggesting price pulls back a bit, at least on the intraday time frame charts out here. And you've got to consider that a TD9 count pattern that could be forming over the next couple of days out there. So to answer your specific question, it's still 519 that you need to see price close above on Friday. That would negate the weekly pattern, but we have to come back and see what's going on in the daily time frame on Friday to see if we can get a clear message or not.
Thanks a bunch, Steve. I do appreciate it.
Hey, you bet. Thanks for calling. That was John in Philly. And, folks, I'd love to hear from you as well. You can give us a call at 877-927-6648. There are a couple of questions that have come in. So let me see if I can stop this chart, natural gas out here. I'll try to just close it down. I may have to do some shenanigans during the break. Dang. Yeah, that's not working. So, Stevie will have to go to game plan B. But the first part of game plan B will be just using the black background charts for the moment. I'll tell you what, let me not do that, and I'll go to because there's only 2 questions that have come in first. So I should be able to find a way to occupy 1 minute of time. So how are we going to do that? I'm going to come over to the New York Stock Exchange, advanced decline oscillator. Nothing significant there to take a look at. Well, I'll just simply go back to this 3-panel chart. We're going to take a look at Square. SQ is the ticker symbol. That is for Marnie. Now, Marnie says, please look at Square. We are. And Marnie, I just wish I could get to that white background chart. But here, when I'm taking a look at Square, here's what you need to know. Right now, price is above the top of its daily profile and above the top of its weekly profile. So that's a resistance level. There's an A to B equals CD pattern that I see on the daily time frame. So let's go ahead and put that pattern in here. The A point down on February 24th low, the B point, the high on February 28th, the C point is a retracement back into that swing point on March the 14th. So we're at the 1 to 1.272. There's no bearish reversal candle yet. So Marnie, price should go target the next level. That next level is 155.34. If you did get a bearish reversal candle in between then and now, or now and then you'd have a topping pattern. You'd have a Gartley sell pattern. But not until you get that bullish reversal candle. So right now, just looking at these charts, it looks like Square Block wants to continue to move higher. But I'm going to go ahead and get my white background charts, and we'll finish it off when we come back from this break.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charted software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back up, folks. We've got the Dow trading off 408 points. The S&P's down 45. NASDAQ is 154. Back to Square out here for Marnie. So, Marnie, now we pull up the 8-panel chart for Square. We can see that price is trading above that daily profile, which is a bullish signal. But we can see that where it's really running into troubles is the 148.35 level. That's its TD9 count breakdown resistance area. Now, price can close above that 2 consecutive closes. That would tell you inside of Square you'd have a change in trend signal out here. Short-term wise, I see some topping patterns, and the first level of support to watch to the downside is 136.41. Below that, it's 133.36. If you get below that, 120.62 would become the target, and finally, I'd say 117.18 on a retracement. We don't have that signal just yet, but those would be the levels that I would be watching inside of Square. The weekly chart looks pretty good because price is above the top of that profile, but I'd be keeping my eye on right now the intraday charts out here. I wish there was something else that I could provide to you, but I think that covers it with regard to Square. Quickly, go back to the natural gas contracts. Those ended up populating out here, so we can at least take a quick peek at that, and just so you can see the chart. This way you're updated, or at least I think that it did. Good Lord, there we go. So there is your, again, here's the daily time frame chart, which is really one that's important to pay attention to. So you can see that price is rising, doing with less relative energy. You got bar number 8 that's going to form today. A TD9 count will complete tomorrow as long as price tomorrow closes above $4.93. Again, we're looking at the May contract out there. So it says just be cautious, even though it looks like it's breaking out, which it is. Says cautious. There could be a top that actually forms today inside of natural gas. The next question coming in from LB. So let me get back to these 8-panel charts out here, and let's go read LB's question. Lee says, good afternoon. Back at you. Hope you're having a nice day. I am. I hope you're having a nice day as well. Can we do another analysis on URA? We most certainly can. That is uranium out here. And the question is, I'm in and would like to know where you see this going, both short and long term. Thanks so much. You're welcome entirely. So now as we take a look at the 8-panel charts out here, the bigger picture, let's just open up and see what the monthly chart shows us. So the monthly chart shows us a ton of accumulation that was going on a monthly basis between January of 2016, really, and November of 2020. 4 years of accumulation. And now it's breaking out. You got a TD9 count top on a monthly basis. That was in June of 2021. When you get a TD9, when you get any kind of topping pattern, in this case here, a TD9 count top, all that really tells us that price should pull back and test support. On a monthly basis, that is exactly what uranium did. Monthly support happened to be, in this case here, the bottom of its profile, as well as its green oscillator and change line. Price should go target on the longer term out here, Lee, $30.16, the top of the monthly profile. So again, looks strong, long and strong out here, the bigger picture for uranium. The weekly time frame chart, when it topped, it was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price pulled back, never made its way back to the support level of its breakout level of 1674. I don't have a bottoming pattern per se, but because not every stock is going to bottom with a Stevie pattern out here or top with a Stevie pattern. But here, what we know is that price is above the top of the weekly profile. That suggests moving back, and above its green oscillator and change line, that suggests moving back to its recent highs in that 32 level. The daily time frame, as we open this up and take a look at uranium, what do we see? We see that price is moving higher, no topping pattern or signal. There is a signal, which is Rhodes Momentum Indicator. Signal has been triggered. No bearish reversal candle. So until you get that, it's just a caution sign. So this looks positive. If you were to get a pullback here, Lee, the level of support that you would be looking at would be at about 25.66. That is its green oscillator and change line. If that failed, you'd be looking at 23.96 or 23.06. But the daily chart looks really good out here at the moment. From an intraday perspective, TD9 count on the 195, Rhodes Momentum Indicator on the 130, Rhodes Momentum Indicator on the 65. No confirmed top on the 30, and a confirmed Rhodes Momentum top on the 15. It looks like uranium wants to pull back and target 26.31. 26.31 is the breakout level for the 15-minute time frame out there. So uranium, the longer term picture out here, Lee, looks very good. That's coming from the monthly and the weekly. The daily says it looks good, just caution. And the intraday charts say, hey, I may want to pull back a bit out here. So that's what the charts for uranium are communicating to you and I, Lee. I hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in. No other requests inside of the email scheme. No one on hold that I know of. And inside the Tiger's Den, it's awfully quiet out there. Can somebody give me some direction out here? And without that, we will go do something else. What is that something else that we want to do, though? So what do we want to look at? What do we want to look at? We did the ES. Did we do the NQ? I don't think we did the NQ. So we should go do the NQ. Let me get those charts here populated. Let's see how they come up. Duffy wants to take a look at silver. Thank you, Duff. We'll certainly do that. Let's get these charts here populated. And Flip wants to take a look at Apple. So we'll do both those. So let me just give you the quick overview on the NQs, and then we'll get back to those. So thanks for typing those in. Folks. So in the case of the NQ, no topping pattern for the daily time frame, although price did get up, didn't exactly hit it, but got up close enough to that weekly oscillator and change line at 14,708. That could be where a counter trend rally would end. 14,771.25 is another area where a counter trend rally could end, the TD9 count breakdown level. What else do we have out here? The NQ has held up pretty well. I have to say that. Why do I have to say that? Because it has. Downside, any downside movement out here, the levels to really be watching are 14,324 to 14,374. That's what I'd be watching inside of the NQ. Let's go back to our 8-panel chart where we can go ahead and pop in some of the requests out there. The first request was to take a look at, we got Apple, we got silver. Do I do that here? No. Let me go populate the silver charts out there. So sorry about that. I should have been paying more attention than I was, but it won't take too long. I don't think it'll be too long to populate silver. So let's get these charts up on our screen here. We'll see what's going on for this 8 time frame. Slightly different time frames than a cash indice or ETF or cash instrument, a stock chart out here. Just use different time frames on the futures. On the monthly time frame, if price could close above, Duffy, if price could close above the green oscillator and change line, that's proven to be resistant so far. 25.26, we're at 25.20 right now. That would be a real positive outcome. We haven't seen silver above the top of a oscillator and change line since June of 2021. And we are in the end of March of 2022 out there. So for nearly a year. So a close above that at month end would be a positive. On a weekly time frame, price is back inside a new profile out here with support at 23.68 and resistance at 26.95. The daily time frame, no topping pattern really that's out here. I guess there's an A to B equals C to the upside, so we could say there's a sell to D point pattern out there. But price continues to hold support, and that's 24.97. The real resistance level, not only on the weekly or on the monthly, but on the daily time frame, Duff, is its oscillator and change line as well. And so that level that it would need to overtake is 25.68. And those are really what the charts for silver are showing us. We get back from this break, we're going to go take a look at Apple for Flip, oil for Lorna, and PARA for Fletch. Thanks, folks, for helping me out. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So flipping our Tiger's Den, would like to take a look at Apple. Those are the charts that we've got up on our screen. Let me just double check that. Yep. So on a monthly basis, Flip, what you had is a TD9 count pattern that formed out here. Price is pulled back to a support level. That is the center of its bullish structured monthly profile, 149.91. Price above that green oscillator and change line, close above that on a monthly basis, says that it tries to go back to its highs from January of 2022. The weekly chart, TD9 count, as well as Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, all price is able to do is come back to test support the bottom of its profile at the 150.95 level. If price can close above on a weekly basis, its oscillator and change line, which is currently printing out at 171.67, you trade 171.92. Flip the message there would be a move up to 178.67. The daily time frame has no profile resistance. In fact, the only profile resistance is coming from the weekly chart. That's at 178.67. Your bar number 6 on a daily time frame, this suggests that price should make its way back to its recent swing point high. That's on the February 9th trading session. The 195-minute chart negated a TD9 count pattern. It did it at 12:45 this afternoon, while also closing above its breakdown level, 171.06. This is a signal of a strong upward momentum move for Apple for its 195-minute time frame. As I open this chart out just to look to see if there's any other resistance, there is not, but this just confirms or suggests that price should make its way back into the 176-ish range out there, the recent highs. The 130-minute time frame chart says, well, hold on a minute, hold your horses. I'm going to complete a TD9 count pattern, and I'm going to do it at a breakdown level, and I'm going to do that at 150, 7 minutes from now. Now, what you'd want to watch here, again, it's an hour and 30 minutes, so it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, is if there is a close, let's say going into the close, say at 4 o'clock, that's above the high so far. Again, and the high that we're looking at is between now and really, 150. But the high currently is 172.64. That suggests a move north. Otherwise, a retracement. Retracement to where? Around 165.51, 166.46. The 65-minute TD9 count pattern is going to complete when this bar finishes, which is at 1350 as well. So that's 150. So, and you got the 30 minutes, got a TD9 count. Bar number 9 is completing right now. Looks like you'll get a confirmed signal there. So actually, the signals here, you got a little bit of a fight between the bulls and the bears. The longer term, the 195 says, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Well, they might show us what they're talking about. That's the 130, the 65, and the 30, which would be some type of retracement. But again, that retracement may just be back to the 165, 166, maybe even 170 could hold out there. So Apple looks pretty mean and green. Flip, I hope that helps you out. We'll immediately go take a look at light sweet crude. This is for Lorna. And when we get to light sweet crude charts here momentarily, they'll pop up on our screen. Let's look at, again, monthly chart, very bullish. Price is negated. The TD9 count says it wants to move higher. It's above profile levels. It's above its oscillator and change line. Same message for the weekly chart. Says I'm going back to its recent highs, maybe beyond that. If we take a look at the daily time frame here for the May contract for light sweet crude, what do we have up at the highs? A TD9 count. What did price do? Pulled back to support. Kind of broke through support, which was the bottom of its profile, regained a new profile on March the 17th. And now with price being above the top of its profile and its green oscillator and change line, says it wants to get back to those recent highs there. So light sweet crude, monthly, weekly, and daily is bullish out here. As far as other topping signals, the 120-minute chart has a TD9 count top. Says price could pull back to 113. If it got below 113, Lorna, you'd be looking at 111.48 out there. That's the only topping signal I see for light sweet crude. But bigger picture, light sweet crude is bullish. Let's go to our next question. The next question was from Fletch. Wanted to take a look at PARA. So I don't know what that is. Not that I need to know what it is. We don't need to know what it is. I just need to get to the right tab. And then we'll go ahead and type that in. So PARA, and not that we need to know what it is. I wonder what it is. While this thing is populating here, I'll go to my black background charts and figure that out. That is Paramount Global. Paramount Global right now is trading above the top of its daily profile by a smidgen, above the top of the weekly and inside the monthly profile. So back to the monthly chart out here. Price could be targeting, no bottom pattern or signal. Price still could be targeting 41.98. In the case of the weekly chart, the price target is 40.06. Should be able to hit that. The daily time frame says, well, okay, haven't taken out yesterday's high, but today should become bar number 8. It says you could see a short-term, a daily time frame top that would form on Thursday or Friday, between Thursday and Friday. Now, if you get that, Fletch, what you're looking for is just a retracement back to the top of its profile, 37.29, or the oscillator and change line, which is currently printing in about the 36.17-ish type area out there. Short-term time frame charts, I see topping patterns. I see some failures of some support levels, like on the 15-minute, the 30-minute. The 65-minute says look for a pullback to at least 36.94. So longer-term, things looks good. Shorter-term looks like you want to see some kind of retracement. So, Fletch, I hope that helps you out. Someone says you also want to take a look at, we'll go in order here, GDX. So GDX, this is for Mick Jagger inside the Tiger's Den. And let's see what Mick comes up with here for a GDX. Come on, populate. Oh, I typed in the wrong symbol. No wonder. GDX. Well, what we know is there's no GDZX. Well, that we know. So what the GDX is doing is consolidating with inside its daily profile. That much I can tell you out here. So now when we take a look at the GDX, if we look at the monthly time frame, everything looks really positive here. Just simply price found resistance at the top of its monthly profile. 39.86 is a price it needs to close above to tell you wants to go back to the 46 area. Weekly time frame, new profile, consolidating with inside its bearish in structure, which means you really want to see price hold 36.84. Now, no topping pattern as we speak right now, but you do have a recent color change on its OUL. It says over time, we should see price and that line catch up to each other. More likely than not, that's not until you get a completed pattern to the upside. No completed pattern to the upside for the daily time frame, but you've got that consolidation with inside the daily profile. We'll say your range for the most part here is between 36.56 and 39.03. Intraday charts, you've got some topping signals, mainly from the 195 and the 130-minute chart out here, but nothing has led to any kind of breaks of support. So how do we term this? Look, a resistance level on a daily basis that you'd be watching for inside of the GDX is going to be its green OUL, 38.37. If price can close above that, says you get to 39.03. So I hope that helps you out. Who was asking about that? That was Mick, who was asking about GDX. Jimmy says that Fletch also wants to look at WDFC. We don't know if that's the case or not. We don't have any reason to doubt that. So we're going to go ahead and put up WDFC, and that's not Wells Fargo. I don't know. WDFC is WD-40? No, it's probably not WD-40. It could be WD-40. It is WD-40. Oh, how about that? That was just a wild, what kind of guess. Now, the case of WD-40 out there, you do have a weekly TD9 count bottom. Says that this last week's low, or it could be this week's low, that would be a bottom signal. You've got a TD9 count on the daily time frame. Price consolidated with inside its daily profile there. You've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom on the 195, on the 130, on the 65. So WD-40 is absolutely trying to form a bottom out here. You've got a TD9 count bottom on the 30-minute time frame chart. So what's its issues? What are the issues inside of WD-40? Well, it's really the daily time frame, I'd say. And that is that WD-40 needs to close above 196.59 to suggest that you've got a change in trend that's taking place. Otherwise, right now, a consolidation between 187.06 and 196.59. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to New York and speak with Anna or Anna. Which one is it? Anna? We have you. Hello. Seems like we're having it.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hello?
Perfect. Yes. So you want to take a look at Salesforce Innovation. CRM is the ticker symbol. Tell me how I can help you. What information are you looking for?
I was looking to see short term, like what are the prospects of it, like going up?
So the price level that you will want to see this close above in order for it to go higher is 217.39. Two levels to be looking at. One is 222.19, so really 222.19, which is the 221.99 actually is the level. Sorry to confuse you. 221.99 is the level to take a look at. And what that represents is this formed a bottom on this daily time frame back on February 24th. There's with two different patterns that I use, the TD9 count and the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal. And what price did yesterday was it got right up to resistance, which was 221.99. That is the breakdown level. If price can close above that area, then that would tell you that you're likely headed to higher ground. The higher ground would be 226.43 and then 239.03. Those are other battleground areas out there. Right now, though, price is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. And if it does close today below 211.65, the signal here would be price should pull back to the 202.80-ish type range out there. That's coming from the daily time frame. Any questions about the numbers that I've given you, since we only have about 20 seconds left? Any questions about those numbers?
No question.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I think you're a first-time caller into the show, and thanks so much for doing that. Would hopefully
hear
from
for your help. Thank you.
You bet. Hopefully we'll hear from you again in the future. So, folks, as we end this hour out here, and your favorite polar bear, David White's up next. You've got the Dow up about 358, the S&P down 37 points. And I'll be back with you tomorrow on Terrific Thursday, 1 o'clock sharp. So have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll see you again soon.